What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be quickly just looking at the Detroit Lions cap space and what they may have for the rest of the offseason or heading into the season. Now, this stuff is confusing. It's super confusing on what the Lions have. Some people think we have 29, some people think we have 23. It's super confusing because there are so many variables that go into it. But here I'm trying to make it a little bit more clear, even though I don't really know everything and I don't know how everything's going to work out, right? I don't know what big cuts they're going to make before the season. I don't know if they're going to make any trades. I don't know if they're going to go sign someone. I don't know what they're going to do. So what we're going to try to do is kind of look at what they have right now projected. Now, I did all this math on paper. Turns out, found this website, they did it all for me. So I was like, why'd I do that? I might have been a little off too, so that might have been a problem. But I was like, why I do that? I found a spot track here that kind of makes it simple. But the thing is, it's very confusing right now because a lot of people think we have $29 million in cap space, which we technically do because we haven't signed our rookie players yet. That is the big thing. We have not signed our rookie deals yet. And when you look at after signing the rookie deals, we have about $15 to $17 million in cap space. And we're probably going to sign most of the players that we drafted. That's where things get confusing, right? Because it's easy when you just look up, hey, what's the Lions cap space? They don't tell about that. They don't talk about the Lions signing the rookies because they haven't done it yet. So it still says $29 million because they haven't signed the rookies yet. So we don't really have $29 million in cap space, or we won't have 29 unless we don't sign our drafted rookies, which we're going to. We're going to sign at least most of our drafted players, maybe not like the 7th round pick. So right here, as you can say, it says estimated cap space top 51. So that is their top 51 right now, $28 million, right? So that's what a lot of people are seeing, 28, 29, 27. And stuff like that. However, if you come down here, you can see that the 2020 projected draft pool cap is $12 million. This is the 12 that they don't put in there. This is the 12 that they don't include when they show you that number because we haven't technically signed them yet. This is what's projected their contract hit to be for 2020. That's what they're projected their cap hit to be for 2020. Now, first round picks actually get paid a lot. There's a big drop off from first and second round, okay? I was looking at those. I think first round gets like $30+ million in 4 years, so yeah, it's a pretty big drop-off, but this is kind of the cap that they don't talk about. Okay, so this altogether is $12 million, projected $12 million. We'll just say 12 to keep it simple, okay? So then you have your dead cap, right? You have your dead cap from players you moved. Here's where it gets interesting, though. If you come all the way down to the bottom, which I don't think a lot of people do, but I encourage you to look at this because I didn't even know this was here either. If you come down, you can see cap space with everything. Like after everything, their cap space would be $9 million. That's what they're thinking, okay? But here's what you got to look at. Cap space with top 51 and projected draft pool. So our drafted players, 15 million would be our cap space. Cap space with top 51, not including the draft pool, 28 million. That's where people are I think are kind of missing it because people don't just tell you this. They just keep telling you we have the most. I'm seeing players tell us we have 50 million. I'm like, dude, what the heck? How we still have $50 million? It's too confusing. So I'm trying to make it simpler. Hopefully I'm right with this. I may be wrong with some of this as well. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible because I'm trying to understand as well. So Detroit Lions won't have $30 million to go spend. They'll have probably roughly 15 to 17. I came up with about 17. They say 15. So probably somewhere between there. Now, where the real question lies then is how much money is Bob Quinn going to save? Now, this is a must-win year. So you think would spend some money. He's not going to go to zero because if he's at zero, he can't do anything, right? He's stuck with whatever he has. That means he won't be able to make signings during the season like we've done before. He won't be able to just bring up, players just for like cheap little deals. He won't have money to do it. He won't be able to make trades. He won't be able to take on incoming contracts. He won't do that. He will not have no money. I don't know how much he saved last year. I'm assuming somewhere around 10 million. I'm assuming that may not be true. So saying if he saves 10 million, he's probably going to have about 5 to 7 million to spend so far left in free agency, which can get you a player. So if you look at like the top free agents, let's go with all statuses. Is that what it is? Available, and then we'll go unrestricted free agents. Okay, so we'll go. It's still loading. Okay, it's actually, these are all the players that actually got signed. Look at this. They actually show you that. I didn't see that. Okay. No, hold up. Available. It has to be available. Come on, trackers. Got to be available. You know what I'm saying? We can't talk about people that aren't available. Here we go. Here are the available players. Now, they don't actually tell you unless you click on market value, probably. Here's the available players. Now, I'm thinking maybe you get a guy for like Everson Griffin. Maybe if you get him for a $6-7 million deal, that could be realistic. I don't know if you can sign a Jadeveon Clowney, right? He wants a lot of money. You're going to be really, really low on your cap. It depends really what the Lions do, but assuming that they sign most of the rookies, maybe not the last one, they'll probably have $17 million in cap space from what I've came to. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Let's see what his market value is, actually. I'm kind of curious to see what Clowney's market value is. I know he's declined a lot of money before. I'm not saying to bring in Jadeveon Clowney. The reason I'm really doing this video is because I put out the question or the Q&A on Instagram. You can check it out on Twitter as well if you guys can ask a question. I've seen a lot of questions about who should the Lions go sign with $29 million. Thing is, we probably won't have $29 million after we sign our rookies. So that's why it's important for me to try to answer that question now, because $29 million to 17 is a huge difference. All right, so Jadeveon Clowney, average annual salary $18 million. So yeah, I don't know if we'd be able to pull that off. We definitely have to restructure some things, probably move some players. That's a lot of money. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it, right? And if this is correct from what I'm able to tell from my math as well, this will be pretty much correct. But there's so many variables that we don't know what can happen. Still, things are going to happen. Players are going to get cut, stuff like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think right here is where they're cutting off their top 51, right? I think that's why these are all crossed out, because these are players they don't think makes the team, I'm assuming. And then you have your rookies here. So there you go, y'all. That's something I just want to quickly touch on. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully I'm doing this right as well. And if you guys have anything to leave in the comments below, make sure you do it. And also go on Instagram and put a question on my post, and also go on Twitter and do the same thing. Thank you, Pride, for watching. And I'm out.